5:53. We're at 1,942.4 miles since we left Necedah. We put 3287 in, and it's 9.671 gallons. We got about 18 miles to get home. There's the last place that I got gas. I did not document it. I forgot to, but I can look that up on Discover if I really wanted to. It wasn't a huge amount of gas, but I got just a little bit of gas and I forgot to document it. So that was done the last place I went to, I think. It's the last stretch, the home stretch. I'm going to go ahead and record it of the whole trip from beginning to end. Necedah is 17 miles, and I'm like 2 miles outside of Necedah. So if you had to, you could add 19 miles to the total. So I'm tired. I feel tired. I wouldn't want to drive too much further. There's no way I could have drove this. I would have been risking my life to drive this, to drive all the way home. I would have made it home at all. So it was a necessity to get that motel. I had to get it. And it was nice to have. The hot water's off, so I would be dirty, and I might get home at dark. I would have gotten home at dark. The thing probably takes 2 or 3 hours to heat up, and you don't really want to go to bed all grimy and dirty like that. I took a bath and you could tell my arms were dirty, and I hadn't taken a bath in quite a ways, and I did all that digging and everything in that dirty, it's reddish brown. So it was a well-needed bath. I was glad to have it. The bed was comfortable, softer than the bed in here, but I slept in it just fine. It was a nice room. It was better than the Motel 6s I've been staying in. It was a lot better. A nice tile around those really big tiles, ceramic tiles around the tub, and the floor was ceramic tile. It looked nice. The room looked presentable. It looked pretty nice. The door had a little bit of like a cracks on it, but it was painted. But generally, the room, it looked almost as nice as the room that Steve and I stayed in. But the room that Steve and I stayed in, I think that was real granite or some kind of real. It looked like more of a real mineral that was around that tub. I think I got pictures of it. That was maybe a little more higher end, but otherwise it was kind of more similar to that than the Motel 6 I stayed in last May. That Motel 6 that I stayed in last year was kind of old, I guess you could say. Everything worked, but it was kind of old looking. The building looked older. It wasn't quite as nice of a building. It was a little bit less soundproof, I guess you could say. It was wooden. Maybe the floors were wood, I don't know. But it was a decent motel. She gave me the key, and I told her, I said, I kind of like a room that's not near another room. If you could give me a room that's not near another room. Because I didn't want to be able to hear everything that's going on in the other room. And so she gave me the room that was closest to the office, which there was like a gap between the office and the room, and then there was another empty room between my room and the next one. And I don't know, it was around $60 or something like that with tax. It might have been 55 plus tax or something like that. I don't remember the exact amount. But I went, she gave me the card. You use a card now to get into the rooms. It's almost like a credit card. And you hold it by the door and it opens. Well, I went in there, went to the room, and I held the thing and the light turned green, and I went to pull in the door and it wouldn't open. I thought, well, what am I doing wrong? Because, electronic stuff can be funny. And I tried it several times, and I even set my stuff down and I tried it. And I thought, I can't get this open. So I went back in, and I guess she gave me the wrong card or something. So she said, here's the card. And it opened it right away. She opened the door, and that card worked. I guess that she gave me the wrong number. I guess it matters, obviously everybody can't have the same card. So they gave me the card for the wrong room, I guess. It had a fridge in it, like my one downstairs. It's a little bigger than an office fridge. Those little ones, those little square ones. It's a little bigger than that one. And then it had a microwave. Kind of nice. I didn't use the microwave, but I put stuff in the fridge and I forgot it. But it wasn't stuff that was particularly valuable. Had two queen beds in the room. They were big beds. See, here's the other one. $330. Oh, it is a little cheaper. $331. It's $339. So this place is cheaper. That's the cheapest gas in the area. I've been finding that to be true. Carpeting, and then it had ceramic tile. It's a pretty nice motel, though. And the people are Indian that own it. They all had their shoes. Maybe they lived back there in the office or something. They all had shoes there. And they were playing. You could smell it. It smelled good. I think they were Hindu. I think there was a statue or something nearby, and I knew by looking at that. It was some small thing. They were Hindu. Some of them are Muslim that own those hotels. And then, of course, I saw the Indian people today. The guy, he recognized me from years ago. It was the same guy. I hope they're making money. Those places, they can make enough money to live. Basically, they're supplying all their other people that moved out here with food so that they can still enjoy the food that they grew up with. I mean, that's an awful thing to have to move to a culture that's basically hostile to yours and different than yours. Make a home in that, and then you'd send your kids to our schools. I mean, that's an awful thing to have to do that. Because your kids are going to grow up they may grow up as non-Hindus. There won't be there's no mandir there. They're going to probably have to adopt our customs, and what other choice do they have? Start eating meat and probably never really, if they don't lose it, their children will. It's an awful thing to me that